Good afternoon, students. Today is July the 13th, and we're going to work on one of the sections, division of whole numbers. This is 3.5. All right, guys. And okay, so let me go over it. I don't think this is a difficult section. It's about division, and we're not going to do division in different bases. It's just base 10, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But let's go over what's coming up, guys. On the 17th of July, you will be taking your exam 3. It will be available on that day only for about 24 hours. And you want to take it during that time, set aside 2 hours. All exams are cumulative, and these are the chapters we have covered. Okay, so just no more etc. etceteras. I don't need this. Let me fix that. Just those. So make sure the ones you couldn't do on exam 1 and exam 2, if they show up again, you can do it this time. So chapter 1, we did chapter 1. Chapter 2 is about sets. Chapter 3 is about base 10. And chapter 4 is about fractions. Chapter 6 is about, let me think, factors. So I'm going to go back, and this is more for me. I'm going to go back and check. So let me copy this here so that I have it. This is more for me. Just making sure everything is here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's go back and look at your text. Look at the content. We did chapter 1, okay? Chapter 1. And chapter 2 is sets. We did that. We didn't do the first section. We did the next two. Chapter 4 is number theory. I think we did. Let me just go back and check. Did we do? No, we did. Yeah, we did chapter 4, 4.1 for division rules and all those things, right? And then we did chapter 3. We are working on chapter 3. We're continuing our work on chapter 3. We did chapter 6. That's what's here. Chapter 3 and chapter 6. Yes. So that kind of, we're on the same page, I believe, I hope. So let's go ahead and look at what we mean by division. Okay. Division is repeated subtraction conceptually. Okay. The formal one, the one that your book kind of starts with, is this. Is this. So for any whole number a and b is not equal to 0. We cannot divide anything by 0. Okay, it's undefined. A divided by b is c. I'm going to give you a concrete example, okay? 12 divided by 4 is 3. If and only if there's a unique whole number such that b times c is a. Okay, basically, this is true if this happens to be the case. Okay, that's all they're trying to say. Sounds very fancy. Okay, it's also repeated subtraction. How is it so? So let's take our example here. Okay, I could ask something like, I have 12 cookies. I want to give each child 4 cookies. How many children can be fed? I want to give each child 4 cookies. So let's draw the cookies. I want to draw 12 cookies. And this is called modeling. And this is what you will probably do with young children. They don't see things in abstraction like we do. You have to be very concrete with kids. So I have 12 cookies. I want to serve or give each child 4 cookies. How many children can be served? Well, first child gets these. Then comes the second child. She gets these. Then this goes to the third child. 1, 2, 3. And this is another way of looking at this. Okay. You guys know how to do it, and you know how to use division algorithm. And I'm not going to ask you to divide a big number by another big number on the exam. Okay. So it's fairly straightforward chapter. There's not a whole lot going on. Very, very basic. Okay. What's the division algorithm? Let's go back and discuss that briefly. Okay. Given any whole number, A and B is not zero, there exists a unique whole number Q, quotient, and remainder R. So let's take a division scenario here. Let's say I want to divide by 13 by 4. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I have to do it by hand, okay? Like so. 4 times 3 is 12. And there's a 1 here. That's my remainder. Okay. This is called the quotient. Quotient right here. This is the remainder right here. All they're trying to say in this box is that 3 times 4 plus 1 is 13. And this is called dividend. This is called the divisor, if you want to know those terms. So all they're trying to say, guys, is that 13 is equal to 3 times 4 plus 1. It's always true. When you have two whole numbers, there is a relationship. When you try to divide the whole number, ideally the bigger one by the smaller one, you'll run into a divisor, quotient, and remainder, and this is the relationship, okay, between 13 and 4. All right. Let's move on to the next slide. All right. So this one, we have something parallel to this in multiplication section 3.4. So what this is what they're trying to say here is 2 raised to the power 3 over 2 raised to the power, oh, let's change it to 6. 2 raised to the power 2. Oh, let's make it 3. Is equal to 2 raised to the power 6 minus 3, which happens to be 3. Now, of course, that's 8. That's the non-issue. Why does this work, guys? Let's take a look at this. Okay, let's break it down and see why this is valid. Why does that make sense? Well, 2 raised to the power 6 is nothing but 2. Okay, 2 raised to the power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 raised to the power 6 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I have 6 2's on top, 3 2's. I can cancel them like so. What am I left with? I'm left with 2 raised to the power 2. So that's why the subtraction works. The subtraction of the exponents work. Okay, so that's all we have, guys, from 3.5. It's a fairly straightforward chapter. There's some word problems involving division. Let's look at one word problem. We have a lot of time today. Okay, So let's go to 3.5. Let's look at one problem. Let's All right, students, let's work on this. Students were divided into 10. Let me bring this problem here. Okay, students were divided into 10 teams with 12 on each team. Well, that tells me right away, I'm talking about 120 kids. 120 kids are there. Fine. Later, the same day, students were divided into teams of 5 on each team, into teams with 5 on each team. Okay, let me go back and fix this. 5 on each team. Okay, I can handle that. Okay. What do they want? How many teams were there? Well, if you have 5 on each team, divide this by 5. And 120 divided by 5 is what? 24, I believe. That sounds about right. And let's go back, check our answer. It's 24, so we got it right. Right. Again, this is a very easy section, and we have time to start a new chapter. I won't. We have one chapter to do. Next week, we will do it. I will meet with you on Tuesday. Again, on Monday, you want to take the exam. I'll meet with you on Tuesday. Next week, we should be able to wrap up the syllabus. Okay. And the week after that, we'll have our final. So I'll stop our lesson today. Again, if you have any questions about any problems, please email me like some of you do. I will be happy to record a video if I have to, but I will see you on Tuesday. On Monday, don't forget to take your exam. Take care and bye-bye.